Latvia because I decided to observe my volunteer service in Latvia. Mostly I decided to be here because I put my focus on the project itself, like if I feel comfortable, and and then it was somehow decided to be Latvia, mostly because of the project, and now I'm happy to be here. Almost 3 months, yeah.
You arrived just before COVID crisis.
Actually, one day before the borders closed, yeah.
The day before the borders closed.
Yeah.
So the first weeks you were almost locked inside. Yeah.
I had to stay in quarantine for 2 weeks, exactly. Yeah, that's how my experience started.
In Latvia, yeah. And you're staying for how long?
In total 6 months, but probably I will extend because of the current situation, and yeah, we will see how long.
And you're spending your everyday in Aizputē.
I do, exactly, yeah.
In Ideju, mājā.
Ideju, mājā, yeah.
And what is the things you are doing there?
Like so far, it was of course different to what I expected or what was actually planned for the time because of Corona. So we are mostly focusing on renovating and cleaning Ideju, mājā, but also being active on social media to stay in contact with the youngsters and to inform them about the current situation as well, but also other issues, our personal interests. And from now on, as the youth center is closed again, open again. Open. It's finally open. So from now on, as the youth center is finally open, of course, I will spend most of my time with the youngsters during the open times, and hopefully we will organize some events, activities, especially during summer. I guess there are a lot of opportunities and a lot we can do. Further, we are currently working on language support, so helping youngsters with homework and just achieving their personal goals. Yeah, that's what we are doing. I would say my experience was, it's hard to explain because of course my experience was totally different due to the situation. So I arrived and I had to stay in quarantine first, which means I had not so much interaction with the local community. But apart from that, I was already from beginning on in love with the nature and the landscape, and the wooden houses, all the especially second-hand stores in Aizputē and the paintings on the wall. I really liked it, so my first impression was really positive.
Has it been hard to talk with local residents, like language barrier or something like that?
For me, it really depends where you are in Latvia. So I would say in Aizputē, of course, I do have the chance to talk to the youngsters a lot, and I'm surprised that they're so well educated in English and that they're self-confident enough to speak with us. But further, in supermarkets and just when we're around, it can be truly hard to communicate. That's why we are learning Latvian. At least we're trying to learn Latvian. But I guess there's always a way to communicate, even with gestures whatsoever. So we're trying our best, although it's sometimes really tough to, of course, if you want to have a proper conversation, to speak. Yeah.
Have you been learning Latvian too?
I'm trying. I'm hardly trying to learn Latvian.
But it gets easier to understand us, or it doesn't?
I mean, Latvian, I guess it's not the easiest language for me to learn. But for the basics, I guess it's really useful, and we do have a great support. We receive a lot of help by our language teacher, and I just enjoy because I guess it's always nice just to, of course, I can't expect everyone to speak my native language or English, so it's I guess a good way to get to know also the culture and the people if you at least speak a few words in a common language. Yeah. I can't, it's not concerning the country itself. It's more like for me personally, of course, as I arrived during a difficult situation, it was truly hard in the beginning to just settle and to feel somehow welcomed and safe in a country. Just because I didn't have the contact to people from beginning on, so it took me a while to get to know people and to feel just somehow arrived. But it's more like, of course, due to the current situation. But apart from that, I feel truly happy here, and I didn't face a lot of problems yet. I guess it's mostly depending that I've been already on another EBS, so I'm somehow used to be abroad and to deal these situations. Although, of course, it was special this time, but it's still not a big problem for me personally. Of course, language, like the barrier, it plays a role sometimes, but I'm getting used to it, and actually I like to be challenged in this way, and yeah. So far, fortunately not, and I guess no, I can't say at all that I had this experience so far. I guess sometimes, there are a lot of questions regarding my origin, as I'm a German citizen, but I do have a lot of understanding for it actually because of the history. Sometimes I'm a bit worried as I receive many questions or prejudices, but I'm trying my best to just reply to them I guess I have to confess sometimes I feel a bit of pressure. Just to act always in a really kind and I don't know, understanding way, just because I'm dealing with these prejudices and yeah.
And it's all because of our historical feel it.
Yeah, of course. I would say not in a really bad way. There was no, as I told you, no misbehavior and no insultings, but I receive a lot of questions and I'm trying my best just to answer and to be polite, but at the same time, of course, I feel like there's a pressure for me also to act in a certain way and not to follow these prejudices and stereotypes of a German citizen and to explain a lot and sometimes I feel like a negative attitude, but I guess during a talk I can change it and somehow show them we are not that bad, not anymore. Actually, quite a lot, especially as I said before, the landscape and the nature. I like to spend time outside, so it's perfect, especially now during spring, almost summer. I like Kuldiga a lot, and wooden houses. I like colorful houses, and I really like how you deal with topics as sustainability and recycling, which means for me mostly that there are a lot of second-hand stores, and I like this way of dealing with arising issues. Yeah, that's what I like.
You still have faced the issues, like pollution and.
Of course, it's visible in every country, but. I guess it's one way, and I didn't experience it before, in such small villages or cities as Aizputē, and that's what I really appreciated. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And why did you choose Latvia? How did it happen?
Actually, mostly because of the project. My priority was on finding a project which fits to my needs and my interests. And at the same time, I was okay, an EBS offers you the opportunity to get to know a country you've never been to before, or you maybe wouldn't travel to. It's not a common place for holidays or vacation. And at the same time, I was looking forward to experience, or discover a place I haven't been to yet. And then I found a project, and it suits me really well, and so I made the decision to come to Latvia. But my priority was in general on the project, and yeah, country didn't
apply anywhere else, just this one, yeah.
Just this one, yeah. Actually, I got an email by this project, and it was like somehow destiny, as I've been on my project on EVS before in Romania last year, and one of my fellow volunteers, she's living in Aizputē, and yeah, for me it was like the youth center, as I was like in my mind was, of course, I want to work in the field of non-formal education and youth work. So it was like the perfect match, just to know there is somebody already waiting for me, and I know somebody, and I do have good references of the place, and she was in contact with my organization, like the youth center, and further, of course, just by myself to know, okay, I had a really good contact from beginning on, and yeah, I had a good interview, a good feeling, so I decided to go to Latvia. Always, of course. I would always say or just propose to find like a good project, because you will spend most of your time there, and your experience is really depending on the project you're in. But just to experience also like another culture and yeah, to perceive like the social occurrences of Latvia, it's a good way, yeah, to do an EVS. Of course. I mean, there are always stereotypes, and especially when you tell people you are going to Latvia, they're asking, why don't you go to a southern country where it's more warm, and like for me it was just like yeah, I want to get to know a place I haven't been to before, and then I'm curious, and I want to challenge myself, and I'm really happy that I made the decision to go here, and yeah.